Ladies and gentlemen, RDL fans around the world, this is what you've all been waiting for. This is Playoffs. It was requested in Discord that I give commentating the full matches a try for the playoffs. So, for today's show, we will have every playoff game in full with me offering my thoughts plus commentary. Now, I avoided spoilers almost entirely. Somehow. So, for almost all of these matches, I was completely blind, and other than one or two games, this was first take commentary with some slight audio edits. So, without further ado, let's get ready to rumble! We're going to start off with Orlando Oshawotts versus Hallmark Party. Let's have a look at these two teams, how they match up. The six that Otter brought, I'd say, is pretty standard for what he's run through the entire season. The only thing that really changes is that sixth mon. Indeed, Armarouge, Lilicole, Sneasler has been a staple throughout the entire season. Copperaja is a fairly interesting pick to me because at first glance it doesn't match up great into Sky's squad, but that's probably me not knowing a great deal about that Pokemon. Skies looks like they've gone for pure setup. Bulk Up Annihilate, Quiverdance Volcarona, Nasty Plot Moltres. Probably completely wrong with those sets, but that's how those mons are typically run in VGC. Moltres is an amazing mon into Otter's Indeedee Armarouge core. Dark type, can't be hit by Psychic. It's weak to Indeedee's Dazzling Gleam, but Indeedee doesn't do the most amount of damage typically. So, yes, you'll get some chip, but you'll proc Berserk. Citrus Berry, typical item on Moltres, will then bring it back to pretty healthy. And Fiery Wrath is just going to delete everything. Especially if you've managed to get a Nasty Plot off. Gastrodon is great into Torkoal. It's good into Armarouge, Water Ground. It's strong against the fire attacks. It's got a stab super effective earth power into both of them. Toxtricity last week was incredible. Put in so much work. Let's kick off these playoffs. Annihilate. Volcarona, not the lead I was expecting from Skies. Indeedee Sneasler, that's exactly what I was expecting, but we don't see the seed proc. Terrafire Annihilate. Bling. Oh my god. Bling. Big Nugget Sneasler. That's amazing. Bling, being a dark type move, is super effective into Annihilate. The Big Nugget, being a heavy high value item, deals more damage. So that's rocking Sneasler's Unburden by getting rid of the item. And even though it's not a stab move, it's still going to deal so much damage into that ape. Like the Tailwind on Volcarona. Bulk Up on the ape, okay. Thought it was going to be set up and leftovers. Flying Acrobatics incoming. Should delete the Volcarona. Oh, we went into the ape. Interesting. Flamethrower. Drain Punch doesn't take out Indeedee. Yep, the Acrobatics gets rid of the ape. Threat gone. Flamethrower finishes off pooper. In comes the Slowbro. Interesting. Armarouge. Here we go. Yep. I'm really struggling to keep up with this. Acrobatics disabled. Nice tech on the Slowbro. Trick Room incoming. Tailwind is now gone though, but we have Gastrodon Slowbro. 2 chunkies. Surf revealed quite early there. Didn't do a great deal of damage to that Armarouge. And then that deletes it with a energy ball. In comes Torkoal. We've now got Sun, Trick Room. I don't think Slowbro is going to be able to do anything here. Yeah. 2 grass moves from the fire types. And the Slowbro is gone. Game 1 goes to Otter. Now, what can Skies do come back from this? I definitely think the Moltres lead is good here. Otter's revealed the tech now. So, Moltres going to put immediate pressure on Indeedee, going to make Otter have to think twice about bringing in Armarouge. Yes, Sneasler is a fighting type, but it's also a poison type. So having Moltres Gastrodon on the lead covers both bases. And with Gastrodon having that Ice Beam, when Sneasler does Terra into the flying type to go for that acrobatics, you've got super effective damage there as well. Annihilate didn't really do much. Slowbro, I definitely don't think is the way forward. I'm not entirely sure you need the Tailwind from Volk, but I don't know what speed tiers Skies has gone for, so as long as you've got the bulk and the protects to get rid of Sneasler, probably going to outspeed everything else. From Otter side, seeing the 2 water types, I'd probably bring Lilligant, depending on the set, because if Guys does go the Tailwind again, you've got the After You there to help the partner Pokemon go before anything on Sky side of the field. You've got the grass type moves still. You've potentially got more fighting type move pressure onto the Moltres if Sky brings it. So I do think maybe that could be the surprise, having that Lilligant in the back. Question is, who do you leave out for it when you've just had such a convincing victory there? Let's go. What have we've got Annihilate, Volcarona. Okay, completely different to what I thought, and exactly what I thought on Otter's side. Only Fling, but the Bug Buzz completely deletes Indeedee, and Annihilate gets up a nice bulk up. In comes the Lilligant, Terraflying Acrobatics, Volcarona down. What's Lettuce going to do? Encore in the Annihilate into bulk up, that's good. Now you've just got to delete that with the Sneasler, sorry, there's the Moltres. That's a defense. Ooh, Sneasler didn't get rid of that. And the Sleep Powder comes out. Oh, that was really, really nice with Lilligant set. There's the acrobatics, a crit. Procs a berserk, but it's asleep. Leaf Blade gets rid of the Annihilate. Odra stays asleep. There's the Gastrodon. Fire Gastrodon. I don't think Gastrodon's going to be able to 1v4, 1v3, sorry. Ice Beam, nice. Nice tech. I like it. There's the close combat. Sneasler putting in the work as he'd done all season. That bling was phenomenal. Amazing showing from Otter. Showing why they've been there or thereabouts at the top of this league the entire season. Very well done from Skies. Coming in mid-season to a team that hadn't really been performing that well. Dragging them into the playoffs. Phenomenal team building and play from Skies. Right then, let's see who Otter will be facing in the next round. We have got the Down Under Drop Bears versus the Golden Gate Goldengo. Two of my favourite teams to watch throughout this entire season. Two very creative team builders and two very well drafted teams. Keegachu has brought almost the same six that faced me in week 8, but we've now got the Quagsire replacing Absol, and of course on Shim's side we've got that power quartet of Shenpao, Scizor, Azumarill, Iron Valiant, with two incredible supports in Kilowattrel and Fungus. Looking at both teams, I think for me, not knowing how the two teams have been built, of course, I think Thunderous Reverum plays pretty well into that 6 from the Goldengo. So I probably, if I was Keegachu, be going Thunderous Reverum with Typhlosion Quagsire in the back. Quag is a really nice support into Goldengo with Yawn, Chilling Water. It just forces a lot of switches and forces your opponent to play a far more reactive match than they otherwise would want to. On Shim's side, I struggle to build the right speed tiers versus the Drop Bears, but Shim does have quite a bit of speed on his side with Shenpao, with Scizor and Iron Valiant, so I'm not entirely sure you need the Kilowattrel game 1. I'd probably be feeling out speed tiers, so I think I'd probably lead Shenpao Scizor with Fungus and Azumarill in the back, because yes, Kilowattrel can deal quite a bit of damage, but it's not got the greatest amount of coverage. So if you don't need the speed control, it can feel like a bit like a wasted mon. How I felt in a lot of matches using Tornadus, but enough speculation. Let's see what they do. So who have we got? We've got Quagsire and the Titan. Interesting. Iron Valiant and Azumarill. So I was completely wrong on both. Reached the speed Iron Valiant. That's interesting. Check from the Titan, and it's a double up. No escape. Okay, so we've got a Slush Rush the Titan. Then Pal comes out, Sword of Ruin boosted, Close Combat doesn't get the KO. Wow. Heavy Slam removes Iron Valiant. Chilling Water comes out, reduces Shenpao's attack. This is the interesting dilemma you have with the Ruin Pokemon. not only did Shenpao reduce Sith Titan's defense, it also reduced Iron Valiant's defense. So would that heavy slam from Sith Titan have KO'd Iron Valiant without Shenpao being on the field? Probably, but it's something to think about. Here we come with Azumarill and switch for Fungus. Aqua Jet, yeah, picks up the Sith Titan. Quagsire's just going to fire off Chilling Waters left, right and centre now. Thunderous coming out. You see the switch protecting the Azumarill. Taunt on the Fungus, great play. Still those Chilling Waters. Quagsire being untouched, just going to chip away. Arrow Water Thunder, beautiful, removes its ice weakness. Evo almost KOs, but the Chilling Water picks it up. I will play Fungus, I like it. Here comes the Azu. Arrow ground, perfect counter. Play rough. Picks up the KO. But now we've got the super effective Chilling Water. Unfortunately, Quagsire doesn't have the greatest attack stats. And Pollen Puff heals up that. Oh, it's a choice band. Explosion. Oh, that's so much damage. So much damage. Here we go, we have game 1-2 Keegachu. Typhlosion. Wow. Adjustments. I'm honestly not sure what adjustments need to be made on either side. If I was in either coach's shoes here, I'd just go for the run back. If I'm Jim, I'm probably switching out Shenpao for Sizzle, but Keegachu very rarely brings the same 4 consecutive games, so this game 2 is going to be very interesting. Let me see, a Rev of Room, Explosion, interesting. There's the Azu. And she brought the Shenpao. Immediate switch to Quagsire. Is this what I think is turn 1 Terror from Azu? Yep. The project was coming in. Poison jab. Oh, gets the poison. It's not good. Sucker punch into the Rev of Room. And Aqua Jet picks up the KO. Chilling Water. I probably would have gone into Azu with that personally, but still reducing Shenpao. Fungus coming out. Terra Water Thunder, but the Shenpao's protected. Good protect call. Bit of a null turn there. Out comes the Iron Valiant. And the Azumarill comes out, so we've had a double switch on the part of Shim. Quagsire still being a bulky menace, throwing out those Chilling Waters. T-Wave, great play. Great play, yeah. Right. We see the Moonblast, so it's a special attacking Iron Valiant. Oh! Wait. Is this a mixed set Iron Valiant? He's just running knockoff for the Typhlosion count. Everything else is special attacking moves. Or is it a true mixed set? Oh wait, we saw close combat in game 1. So it is, it's a mixed set Iron Valiant. Huh. Punch. Takes out Typhlosion. Knocked off the berry from the Quagsire, so out comes Thundy again. This is great play from Shim here. Constantly switching. It's a little bit passive, but it's keeping Keegachu on his toes. And because of the Quagsire stat drops, you're going to be switching a lot anyway. Play Rough takes out Tornadus. And finally, Azu goes down to his poison. Just the Quag left. And looks like we are going to game 3. Yep, Ice Spinner picks up the win. On to game 3 in a really exciting match here. Right, game 3. I'm not entirely sure that Quagsire has brought enough offense for Keegachu. Being good support, but the constant switching didn't really slow down Goldengos in that game 2. I think Jim made the adjustment, at least mentally, to where Quagsire didn't really have the impact that it did in game 1. So if I'm Keegachu, I'm probably bringing Zoroark in game 3. For Shim, I still think the Scizor, man. I want to see that Scizor. I'm not sure what the Scizor would bring, though. I just want to see it. That Sword Stance Priority Bullet Punch set is just... it just deals so much damage, especially next to Shenpao. But this is it. Who is going to earn the right to face Otter in the semi-finals? Let's find out. Please, we get Thundy and Titan. Guessing Snowscape on that Thundy then. Bungus Azu. Straight swapping Shenpao. What's it going to do? Ooh, it's a flamethrower. We've got a gone Shenpao, but the liquidation is enough to pick up Titan. That's a 1-for-1 trade there. Speed boosting Iron Valiant. Is there a ground type coming in? It was Zoroark! Beautiful! But the double up is not enough to take out Azu. But nor is the liquidation. Knock off. Taking out Zoroark. Poison Jab. This is just a game of trades, man. This is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Out comes the Fungus again. Undy's back. Brick Break. But here we go. We've got a showdown between Fungus and a Genie. Foul play. Oh, yeah. I actually think the little shroom's gonna be enough for this. Oh no, the para. But still, that foul play is just dealing too much damage. The little shroom's gonna pick up a win versus a legendary. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. What a way to end that 3-game set. GG's to both Keegachu and Shim. That was one of the best 3-game sets I've seen all season long. And such a close, intense finish. Just perfect for a playoff match. Let's head back over to side 1 of the bracket, which of course includes our number 1 seeds, the LA Latias. But let's start off with what I think is going to be a phenomenal battle, with Tommy and the Denver Darkrai's facing off against Ted and the Sky Strikers. And as you can see from the team preview here, we've got Goodra versus Goodra. This is going to be crazy. What I am very interested to see though is how Ted has game planned for Articuno. Not many teams have gone for the weather control, so it'll be interesting to see whether we've got sunny day or a rain dance somewhere on Ted's team, or if we've got maybe a skill swap or something to remove snow cloak ability before the snow can get set up. Leads wise, it's difficult to call here what you'd be bringing. I'm surprised to see Ted not bringing Cinderace. Cinderace has been so good for him all season long. We do see the fake out, double fake out with Persian and Grimmsnarl. We do see the Clawitzer, who can put out so much damage. On Tommy's side, we've got what we've seen as the pretty standard 5 that he's been bringing in recent weeks, with the Lucky Bird, Screamtail, Weavile, Landorus, Palafin, with the addition of that Goodra, which is likely counter to Ted's Goodra. So, enough stalling. Get into the game. We see Persian, fake out lead, good. Decidueye, interesting. There's Tommy's fake out, and Landorus. Now Scrappy is going to stop that Intimidate from lowering its stats. Fake out into the Persian. Overt cloak for Persian, interesting. Landorus flinches, triple arrows into Weavile, super effective, down to Sash. Switches out to protect it. Shadow Sneak, not going to do much to Goodra. Snarl from the Persian misses on the Landorus, but picks up on the Goodra, which is the important one. Stomping Tantrum takes out the Persian. Here comes the Sandy Sharks, okay. Terra Water. Thunderbolt resisted on the Goodra. Stomping Tantrum resisted on the Decidueye. Maybe expecting that switch. Life Dew heals back up the Landorus. Leaf Blade, crit and not enough. Shadow Sneak still not enough. That is a bulky Landorus. Stomping Tantrum and the Thunderbolt pick up the Sandy Shocks. Out comes the Goodra. Shadow Sneak finally takes out that Landorus. But Goodra Life Dew healing itself back up. Shelter from the opposing Goodra, and out comes the Weavile. Fake out with Decidueye. Flinches. Muddy Water. Doesn't do a great deal to either. Body Press, not enough. Leftovers brings that opposing Goodra right back. And finally we see the Articuno. Another Life Dew. These two Goodras are just going to be a menace. Body Press not enough for the KO. Typical Terra Ground Articuno. Shadow Sneak gets rid of the opposing Gudra. So we've now got a +2 defense Gudra with no terror facing down a 1 HP Weavile Articuno without the snow. This is going to be a tough one to call. The Articuno's obviously got Terra Ground, Terra Blast, which Gudra is weak to. It's already at 56%, so it looks tough for Ted here, but you can't ever count out Yusui and Gudra. Fake out into the protect. Articuno roosts. Oh, there's the snowscape. Yeah, now I think this is over. Body press removes the Weavile. Tech for more leftovers recovery. There's the Terra Blast. That just does too much damage. Too much damage. Bulky as Gudra is, I don't see a way out of this. Weaving in protects. Gonna have to go for a double somewhere. Tough one. That was such a close battle there. Such a close battle. That was a really tough one to call because it was a surprisingly fast-paced battle as well. There was so much going on. But on to game 2, and I'm not entirely sure what adjustments can be made. I think we potentially see Grimmsnarl this time around instead of Persian. I think Decidueye on the lead was a good choice from Ted. Its stats don't get dropped by the Intimidate. It outputs a surprising amount of damage. I don't think the Sandy Shocks did enough, but if you're bringing in Grimmsnarl with the screens, maybe it gives it a bit more sticking power. The problem was the Gudra on the other side was just tanking everything. So maybe it's a Clawitzer game. On Tommy's side, I don't think you change anything. I can maybe see Screamtail coming in instead of Weavile, set up for Articuno, but other than that, I don't think there's anything you need to change. Let's see. We do see the Grimmsnarl. We do see the Clawitzer, okay. Oh, we've got a Palafin this time around. Okay. And the Screamtail. I thought the Screamtail might come. Oh, that's a bulky Clawitzer. That ate that. Dragon Pulse. Even though it's not a stab. Wow. Oh, beautiful Encore. Beautiful Encore by that Screamtail. Decidueye's coming in, and we see the Gudra. Psychic Fangs gets rid of the Reflect. Thunderbolt resisted by the Decidueye. Great switch around by Ted there. That was not enough. That Gudra is just so bulky. Oh, so bulky. Slam again. Bulk on the Screamtail. Rain Dance. Okay. Okay, setting up the rain for some Palafin sweeps. Heavy Slam's still not enough, but the Para on the Decidueye. Oh my god. Shadow Sneak picks up the Screamtail. The Menace is gone. Gudra healing itself back up. Heavy Slam going into it, not going to do a lot. There's the Palafin. Fighting Terra Palafin. Interesting. Ooh! Resisted wave crash. Deleted by the Decidueye. I always forget how hard Palafin hits. Fairy on the Goodra. Another wave crash. Almost takes out the Grimmsnarl this time. Oh, Goodra just sitting there. Just sitting there, just healing up the Palafin from the recoil. Jet Punch. Grimmsnarl's gone. Thunderbolt. Not doing much. Oh, that body press did a lot though. The rain's gone. That was a nice wait out of the rain by Ted there. Everything going into the Palafin is the threat, but is the one dealing all the damage. Goodra doesn't really have a lot. Wave Crash, not doing much to that +2 Goodra. Body Press, ooh, almost got rid of the Palafin. But what else does Tommy have in the back? Clawitzer finally goes down. Body Press into the Protect. Resisted Drain Punch, not doing a lot. Tiny little bit of health back. Life Dew, bringing it back up, but not enough. Body Press takes out the Palafin. Who do we have in the back? Landorus. Oh, and again, poor Goodra facing down two absolute monsters on the other side. A +4 defense now. Stomping Tantrum and Muddy Water probably not going to be enough. But what can Goodra do in reply? Body Press resisted still does 4% to that Landorus. But Life Dew's healing back more. Life Dew's healing back more than the Goodra can dish out. %56 now. We need a crit. I think we need a crit. Oh, this is going to be really close. Now, that Muddy Water. I think that Muddy Water just did enough to seal this for Tommy. There's the Protect. Get another turn of Leftovers recovery. Not enough. Very, very well played. So close. That Goodras on both sides are just incredible. Tommy positioned his Goodra so well next to some really, really heavy hitters, leaving Ted with the choice. Do you sacrifice a piece to remove the Goodra, or do you keep plugging away to remove the threat, leaving Goodra at the end? 1v however many you've still got left. And yeah, unfortunately the Life Dew healing from Tommy's Goodra is just too much. So close. Have quite rightly saved the #1 seeds for last, and the unenviable task of ending LA Latia's dominance of the league. has fallen to Space and the Sandaconda squad. To be honest, they have the squad to do it. Now, we see quite an interesting switch up here. There's no Graphion, there's no Electros, who performed so well in week 8 for them. We actually see the female form of Basculegion. On Feather's side, it's the pretty standard 6 we see every week from him. In Churchin, we still see Pinchurchin. Bane of my existence this season. Is it going to put in another MVP performance? Let's find out. Is the Furograph going to stop those extreme speeds? Pinchurchin. That Anaconda comes straight out with the Arcanine. Head smash. Misses. Oh no. Not a good start. Iron defense. Zigzag. So much damage. Trick Room goes up. Out goes Pinchurchin. In comes the Iron Hand. Boosted attack. Extreme speed. Obviously expecting the Furograph switch. Foul play. Doesn't get the KO. Body press from the Sandaconda. Not doing much. Galarian Articuno comes out and a Sword Stance from the Iron Hands. Foul play, super effective, but still. Another Iron Defense. Thinking he needs more on that body press. Drain Punch doesn't do a great deal to that Sandaconda. Pressing the Iron Hands, there's better damage. Hex going up, Thunder Punch takes out the Articuno before it gets to do anything. Trick Room's gone. Booster's gone from the Iron Hands. Here comes Mudsdale. Okay. Head Smash connects this time. Body press doesn't pick up the KO on the Mudsdale. Trick Room goes back up. But we have two very weak Pokemon. Oh, Rock Slide though. Picks up that Arcanine. Anaconda flinches. Oh my god. Mrs. Fish comes out. High horsepower. Oh wow. A lot of damage. Foul play. Gets rid of it. There's the body press. Not going to be enough though, I don't think. That Basculegion getting taken out so quickly. Oh my. Wow. You've really got to feel for Space here. Really got to feel for Space. He's just not had the luck. Don't flinch. Yes, there we go. Body press. Picks up the Mudsdale. We could very well see comeback of the century from Sandaconda here. Got the boosted attack. There's the fake out. 3% damage from my poison jab's not going to be doing a whole lot. Body press gets rid of the Iron Hands. This could be comeback of the century. Yes, it is. Wow. Holy smokes. I was so worried for Space there. The luck just wasn't going his way. Sandaconda Anaconda, crazy. Game 2. I think Space has got to switch something up here. Yes, Anaconda clinched it for you, but Galarian Articuno didn't really do much. Arcanine is very, very strong, but you've got to get rid of that Farigiraf first before you can bring it out. You need to position it in this matchup. What does Carbink do? I have no idea what that mon does, and Slack King, without a way of turning off its ability, isn't going to bring much. So this is going to be interesting. How is Space going to get rid of that Truant? Or is Space just going to go with the same 4? On Feather's side, I think either Bundle or Jugulus has to come here. They need something on the special end that's going to be able to deal with that Sandaconda. If it's going to go Iron Defense, Body Press, Pinchurchin's not going to do a lot, Iron Hands isn't going to do a lot, nor is Mudsdale. So, do you leave Farigiraf at home? Is the question. Mudsdale did quite a lot in that first game, so let's find out. We do see the Bundle and the Jugulus. That's a big switch up. Fish and Articuno. That pulse from the Jugulus. Oh, straight down to Sash. Freeze Dry. Oh, that's a bulky bird. The Shadow Ball doesn't quite pick up the KO. Tailwind. Now got a fast Fish. Endeavour. Clever. Taking the Jugulus down to 1 HP. The Terra Blast into the Protect. Dark Pulse. Picks up the Fish. We've got a Slack King. Okay. Pinchurchin. Activating the Cork Drive. Special attack. Terra Blast Roar. Not doing a great deal. And the Playoff not able to pick up. Dark Pulse though does KO the Articuno. And out comes the Rock. What does the Rock do? Iron Hands comes out. Terra Fairy from Jumbo Josh. Truant though stops him from doing anything. Skill Swap. Things up, that's a lot of damage. Tailwind is gone though. Terra Electric on the Pinchurchin. Fake out. Bulk up, so that's a covert cloak on Jumbo Josh. Things up takes it almost down. Black off, bringing him back up to 60%. Misty Terrain, interesting. Thunder Punch things up, not enough to pick up. Slack off again. Thunder Punch. Things up. We're just going to see this over and over again. What is Carbink actually going to do? Dazzling Gleam? Not going to do a great deal. Space needs to get some attacks going on his Slack King. At the moment he's just slacking off. Regenning a bit more health than he's losing. But he's not going on the offensive here. We're up to 73% here. He's going to be out of slack off PP here. Pinchurchin finally goes down. Out comes the Bundle. Freeze Dry, not enough to pick up. Black off, bring it back up to 73%. The Rock's loafing. Thunder Punch does nothing. Hydro Pump almost KOs. Ooh, Dazzling Gleam picks up the Iron Bundle. But we're probably going to see... No, we went for the Swords Dance. Jugulus comes back out. Earth Power. Jumbo Josh is gone. We've got a loafing rock. Drain punch, healing back the iron hands. Earth power, super effective. Rock is dead. That was a really interesting battle that was quite difficult to actually commentate on, because I could see what Space was trying to do, trying to stall out a little bit, get the health back on the Slack King until he could remove one of the mons on the side. But the Carbink was offering absolutely nothing offensively because it was constantly stop start. So I almost feel like he needed to take a gamble. He needed to gamble on the slacking, being able to do something against one of the mons on feather side of the field. He'd been put in such a difficult position though. It's really hard to see what Space could have done differently there. You know, I can sit here and say after the fact, oh yeah, I think he should have done this, I think he should have done that. But at the end of the day, I don't know Space's sets, and I wasn't in Space's shoes during the battle, so it's a tough one. Feels kind of bad to nitpick, but that's just my thoughts. We are on to a game 3. Space can still pull off the upset. But how? I think the Sandaconda's got to come this time. I'm not sure Carbink was the answer in game 2. Jugulus, Bundle, same leads from Feathers. What we got? Ooh, we've got the Slacking and the Rock. Okay, this is an interesting lead. Earth Power super effective. Acro Pump. Rock's gone. Oh, we've got a special defense boost from Slacking though. Out comes the fish. Just protecting. That pulse goes into protect. So does the freeze dry. Okay. But of course, Slacking is loafing this turn and doesn't have anything. Out comes the Sandaconda. Good to see the Sandaconda brought. Horn on the Jugulus is a really nice touch. I like that. Oh my word, that's a lot of damage from that bundle. But the play rough takes out the Jugulus. We're now even. 3 versus 3. Iron Hands comes out. Protect on the Sandaconda. Get that little bit of leftovers recovery. Freeze Drive goes into the protect. And we have the loaf. 3 swords dance from the hands. Oh my god. Brilliant read. Steel Terror. Interesting. Freeze Drive takes out Sandaconda. That play rough is resisted now. 52%. Ow. Here comes the fish. Pinchurchin. Oh, here we go. Attack boost on the hands. Shadow Ball. Oh, that's a lot of damage. We've got the loaf. And the Thunder Punch picks up the big ape. Shadow Ball gets rid of the Iron Hands. I don't think the fish is going to be able to do it here yet. Without the Terror, super effective Zing Zap. 1 HP fish versus a bundle and the Pinchurchin. Foregone conclusion, I'm afraid. Very well played on both sides here. I like the adjustment that Space made in that game 3. Unfortunately, Carbink being that slow into 2 very quick mons in Jugulus and Bundle, just it didn't get to do what it needed to do. But other than that, incredibly well played by Space, and you can see why the Feathers team, you can see why the Latias have been top of the league all season long, and why they're going to be so hard to beat in this playoff. So semi-finals are set, and it is the top 4 teams that have made it through. So on side 1, we have the LA Latias facing off against the Denver Darkrai. On side 2, we have the Golden Gate Goldengo taking on the Orlando Oshawotts. I don't want to predict a winner from either of these games. The Latias, Goldengo, and Oshawotts have been so consistently good all season long. The Denver Darkrai's have already beaten the Latias once this season. Can they do it again? What adjustments will Feathers have made since that loss? Oshawotts versus the Goldengo. Oshawotts versus the Goldengo is such a good matchup, and again, it's a rematch from the regular season. The Oshawotts beat the Goldengo in a very, very close battle in week 2. It's too close to call. Far too close to call. So, we will have to wait and see. Will the Latias get revenge? Will the Goldengos get revenge? Will we see number 1 and number 2 seeds in the finals? Until then,